Death was not the end. It was the crossing. And this crossing is open to all of us. What happened after the third day was more than the resumption of an interrupted life. It was the beginning of a new spiritual reality on earth. When the stone was removed from the tomb, it was not just about the release of a missing body, but the opening of a vibrational field that would never be closed again. The resurrection of Jesus was not a return to common physical life, but the emergence of a presence that surpassed the limitations of time and space. He did not return in the same way, nor with the same laws. He was no longer subject to the density of the flesh, to the impositions of matter. His consciousness had crossed the portals of death and returned in a body of light, in a high vibrational state, inhabiting multiple dimensions simultaneously, transitioning between planes with complete freedom, appearing and disappearing, speaking and being understood not only with words, but with direct energy, with vibration. During the 40 days that followed the resurrection, Jesus did not live among the disciples as before. He would appear and disappear, cross through walls, manifest himself in different forms, and was recognized not immediately, but by the energy he transmitted. When he appears to Mary Magdalene, she mistakes him for a gardener until he calls her by name. When he walks with two disciples on the way to Emmaus, they converse with him at length, not realizing who he was, until they recognize him when he breaks the bread. These manifestations are not fanciful tales, but detailed descriptions of a consciousness that is no longer anchored in a single dimension. He was no longer the same Jesus who walked the dusty streets of Galilee. Now he vibrated in a field that could only be perceived by those who tuned in to the frequency of the awakened heart. The resurrected body is a mystery that surpasses current scientific categories, but finds parallels in spiritual traditions around the world. Tibetans speak of the rainbow body, Hindus of the body of light, Gnostics of the ascension vehicle. It's a body not subject to gravity, decay, or linear time. It's a subtle body, condensed from the purity of spirit, yet still perceptible when necessary. Jesus manifests in this way to instruct, to comfort, to complete his teaching, and his presence becomes real not just physically, but energetically, as a frequency that reverberates beyond the material plane. He no longer needs the physical body to be perceived. He becomes an accessible consciousness, a vibration that penetrates the inner planes of every sincere seeker. This new phase of Jesus' mission is scarcely explored in institutional traditions because it eludes control, rigid structure, and the dogma that seeks to confine the sacred to formulas.